Hello everyone, and welcome to Vlog 24, the second part of the Living Asylum Cell door. This part will go into the little DVD loop that I created to play behind the door. If you haven't had a chance to check out the first part, you can always go back and watch the Living Asylum Cell door part 1, which goes into detail about creating the door itself. But as a reminder, there's a little cubby hole, which I'm showing here, that is in the wall as you're coming down our basement stairs. So I'm going to place the door in front of the cubby hole, and then I measured the window to be the exact height of a 19-inch LCD TV that's turned on its side. So that'll be directly behind that window opening, and this DVD loop will be playing through that opening to give the appearance that there is a window there and there's someone on the other side trying to come through. Just to give you a little bit of an idea of what I threw together, I have a little green screen that I threw up over a china cabinet to use as a backdrop, and then dressed up in a little Halloween costume. If you remember this lab coat here, this was part of the Halloween decorations that we had outside in 2013. There's also a vlog on that if you feel like checking that out. But brought that coat in and cleaned it up, and I'm going to use it this year down in the Insane Asylum to dress up old Gramps. So I used that, as well as a little stocking mask that I got on clearance from Jewel Osco last year at the end of Halloween. I think I got it for like $1. It's the one here on the right, the skull mask. So that's the mask that I'm wearing in this video. And then also just used a variety of different weapons for a creepy effect. I used an axe, and then also the shears and a little wrench. So stay tuned. Here is a little preview of what the DVD loop looked like. Just to let you know, one thing I noticed, unfortunately, after I had packed up the green screen and put all the costumes away and everything looked really good on film, but I realized once I started doing the chroma keying that there were a couple green splotches on the lab coat, which I should have noticed. But it was kind of too late to redo everything from scratch again, so I figured it just kind of adds to the creepy little ghosty effect that you can kind of see through the lab coat a little bit in parts. But I figured it's going to be small and playing behind a door, so to do the whole thing over again really didn't seem worth it. So if you look closely, you'll notice that, and in hindsight, I wish I would have noticed that and done something about it to start with, but it was too late. And then another little interesting tidbit, I actually filmed it with the camcorder on its side, because I wanted to keep the 1080 aspect ratio, but I didn't seem to have a setting on my camcorder that allowed me to kind of flip-flop it, and wasn't sure how exactly would be the best way to do that. So basically what I did was I just turned the camcorder on its side, so I filmed it long ways instead of sideways, and then unfortunately when I was editing I had to edit everything sideways as well. It's probably an easier way to do it, but I was lazy and I didn't bother to look it up, but it seemed to work out okay, because when I show it on the TV I want it to be sideways because I wanted to turn the TV on its side to give the appearance of like a more of a portrait window as opposed to a landscape. So that was why when you look at this little DVD loop you'll see that it's kind of framed weird, that it's in the middle of the screen, because it should have been framed sideways rather than up and down. So just take a quick peek, hope you enjoy it, and then I'll do a little recap at the end, so enjoy.
Here I come.
Alright, well that was a little sneak peek at the DVD loop that'll be playing behind. You can tell that if you look closely you can see those spots in the coat where you can kind of see through it because it ended up being green, which I wish I would have caught, but you know, it's playing behind a window and it's going to be small and I don't think people really are going to notice. And if you looked closely around the edges, sometimes you could catch a little bit of pixelation because the lighting where I was filming it was not perfect, so it wasn't casting a total even light on the green screen, but it was good enough for the little purpose that I needed it for. But here is a little just a little demo of what it kind of generally is going to look like thrown together. I hope to do an actual part 3 when we close in on Halloween, when I start setting everything up for real so you can see the real deal, but this kind of gives you just a little bit of an idea of what it might look like. Thank you once again for checking this out, and stay tuned, more of these will be coming up shortly. Thanks again, bye bye.